surf into the amazing Antarctica expedition that we are really ready to show you. And we have a special guest. Yeah, it's not a ghost, it's a person. But I will introduce him later. He's the key person of all this expedition. And what about the climate in it is? How's the climate today in Belgium?
Well, it's a little bit cloudy. The weather, I mean, temperature are quite okay, like 20 degrees, but it's cloudy and sometimes rainy. So it's a little bit a strange climate for the time of year. So you would like to wear light clothes, but then you have to wear an umbrella. So
Yeah.
but it,
We say here when that happens that it's like you need to dress as an onion
yes,
because you need to wear different stuff in case the weather is not helping.
yes.
So, well, the same here, but the opposite in climate. Now we are getting into, well, we are in autumn. So, and today was cloudy, but now seems it's going to be a good day.
Yeah, yeah, wonderful.
Okay, so shall we start?
Definitely.
Yeah, ready to start? Is
Yeah.
everybody having a drink? Because in Europe it's 3 p.m., right? Depending where you're connected. Okay,
I,
so yes, I have my mate, of course. Here is the morning time. So we normally, well, I'm the person that start the morning with a mate. Some of them they can start with a coffee, but I prefer the mate, very traditional from here. So let's get ready. First of all, thank you everybody for joining us. You are free to unmute, mute yourself, free to do any questions, free to stop us anytime. We always say when we introduce a product or experience, we certainly want to do it in a very flexible way. So feel comfortable to wear sports shoes and be in your sofa because that's what we expect from you to be relaxed and to enjoy the next minute that we are going to introduce to you this specific product of Antarctic expedition to have the chance to see the complete eclipse, solar eclipse in this amazing spot of the world. So I hope you get that idea. So anytime you want to say something, speak to me, speak to the rest of the people that is invited from MIG DMC, you are ready to do it, okay? I'm free to do it. So first of all, let me introduce the people that have been invited today. Of course, Aileen from our marketing department is always connected. You can say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Aileen is going to be ready to give us a hand in case we need some extra help for the presentation. And she's always giving us a hand. All the presentation has been designed by her. So I just want to say thank you. Of course, today, I believe it or not, I'm not going to be the one that is going to be talking because we have a special guest that I want to introduce. It is Federico Apisco. He is a traveler designer with very specialized in wildlife expeditions. He has been working for the last 10 years as a mountain guide and especially connected with this kind of expeditions related with the Antarctica. And he is working especially with the Ocean Endeavour, which is the vessel that is going to take us for this amazing experience for the last 3 years. So this time we found very cool to invite him for the talk because he has all the information in his hands. Plus, he has been designing himself the entire expedition by a lot of searching before all the itinerary has been finalized. So you can say hello, Federico.
Hi to everybody. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us in this presentation, this webinar. I don't know, Marian, if you would like me to start, or you are going to start.
I'm going to give a little presentation of the main, let's say, town city that is going to take us to start this amazing experience, because we love the maps. People that work in tourism like maps, but this is a complete panorama of where we are going to start the expedition. That, of course, is going to be in Argentina, but the main city that we need to reach is Ushuaia, which is the southernmost city of the world. Ushuaia sounds a ring to you. So that is going to be the last spot, land, not island, okay? So from here, as you can see, it's very well connected with the main city, which is Buenos Aires. Trelew is where the penguins are, maybe it sounds a ring to you, plus the whales. So it's very important for you to know that it's also directly connected in the period that the Antarctic cruise is going to happen, which is high season, our summer. And of course, it is very well connected with Calafate with a daily flight that in 45 minutes, you can reach El Calafate. It's where the glacier Perito Moreno is based. I hope that for you also sounds ring to you, which is one of the most amazing destinations around the world to visit. So after saying that, let me show you some pictures of the city of Ushuaia, because it's going to be your main entrance for the entire experience. Ushuaia, this is a very good image that I like to show for you to figure out how long it is from Buenos Aires. And La Quiaca is the most northern port of Argentina. So to reach Ushuaia, you need to take an airplane of 3 hours and direct flight. In some cases, could be with connection, but of course, we're gonna try to offer direct flight, and you reach this unique spot of not only of Argentina, but of South America, okay? I don't wanna expand too much about Ushuaia because Fede is gonna explain you more, but we always like pictures, so you have imagine yourself how amazing it's gonna be and how unique it's gonna be, okay? So, of course, this solar eclipse is gonna happen in the day 4th of December. It's gonna be less than 2 minutes of entire black and white imaging for your eyes, but the entire expedition, the entire solar eclipse is gonna last around 2 hours. And of course, there's an itinerary of 14 nights to explore around the entire area of Antarctic. So we need to show you some slides of the hotels you can find in Ushuaia, because the previous night is gonna be included in the expedition that Fede is gonna explain. Plus, we suggest to extend, if you like, the stay in Ushuaia to explore even beyond the vessel. So Fede, whenever you wanna start, you can do it. That was a very quick introduction for Ushuaia. Of course, we are open to extend the explanation, but for sure it's gonna be later, because now it's time to take the vessel and start the experience that we love for you to show us.
Great. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you all for joining us. I'm going to share. Hello, everybody's have a view of my.
Yeah, but it is like it didn't expand. I think so. No, yes, I can see it perfectly. What about the rest? It's okay?
Okay, here I am. Yeah, everybody. Well, as Maria said, my name is Federico Apisco Lund. I am a travel designer. I have been working in tailor-made tourism and expeditions since 20 years ago. And I designed this special expedition for you that join my two passions, solar eclipses and Antarctica. So I wanted to show you some of our pictures that we collect during our last three eclipses, last two now that we have in 2019 and 2020. It's something very, very special to live an eclipse. It's impossible to describe the feelings that you have when you see an eclipse. That's why all the eclipse chasers that this solar eclipse beat them will last forever. No, everyone, all the time that you know that a solar eclipse is no matter where it is in the world, they are going to travel there to see it. Now we have the possibility to join my two passions. Antarctica and the solar eclipse is something that it's impossible to imagine to see an eclipse in Antarctica. These are parts of some pictures of the memories that we see in 2020. And now I'm going to go direct to the main dish, that is Antarctica. I want to just explain that it's a total different journey to go to Antarctica. It's like a different world, no? It's different colors. You breathe a totally different air, and it's full of life, no? Totally different that we always think that is ice and full of ice and non-life, and it's full of life. These are, I traveled to Antarctica many times, but I do it especially to design this journey in March of 2019 to organize all the route that we need to do to make this expedition. So I'm the person in charge and the responsible of choosing this route for our expedition. These are some of the pictures that we take on that journey. In order to talk about the introduction that Marian said, we are 1,000 kilometers far from Ushuaia, the Antarctic Peninsula, and there you see it in the map how far it is. That is, it's not so far, and we have the Drake Passage in the middle. This is exactly the route that I designed for this 14 days expedition. There you will find the solar eclipse zone of totality. As Marian mentioned before, we are the whole solar eclipse lasts for 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours, but only the totality will last 1 minute 42. It's really amazing to see how the white continent became dark for 2 minutes. And I can imagine what we could feel and see being there, no? In Antarctica, on a total solar eclipse, it's like too much, no? When you have a cake and you put everything, well, I think this is the same, no? This is a gorgeous journey to do. It's a lifetime experience. I'm totally confident with that, because although Antarctic Peninsula, it's amazing, and then we are going to talk about what an expedition to Antarctica means, to see an eclipse in Antarctica and totally design and think on looking at the eclipse on the ship, and especially there, because we choose that spot. Apart from that is the perfect place to see it in the totality, the Orkneys Island are going to be a shelter for us in order to avoid all the clouds that could be there at that time, no? So it's a round trip, Ushuaia. We are going to depart on the 30th of November, and we are going to return on the 12th of December. The eclipse, the total solar eclipse is will take part on the 4th of December. And we are going to visit Well, this is the curve of the map that we use to do all the expedition, especially the blue line in the middle of the curve is the totality line, and we are going to be there in the middle of totality. That's very, very important, although not all the passengers that are going to be on board are scientists or eclipse chasers, that just people that want to see an eclipse in Antarctica. This is something very important to show them, because we designed this specific expedition due to this map. The astronomer is a friend of mine, is a French astronomer, Xavier Cuvier, that make this curve joining with Google Maps. No. Well, now I'm going to talk about especially about the Ocean Endeavour, that is our vessel. We choose this vessel 3 years ago. It's an expedition of 14 days to make the round trip. We are going to be visiting of course, the peninsula, Weddell Sea, and Elephant Island. I want to make a stop in Elephant Island because it's a very important place for all the adventurers that sail in this polar region. Shackleton have a problem with his boat, and all his staff have been there in Elephant Island for 6 months, and none of them died. They were all alive and they were rescued. And we are going to be visiting that special hut that they make there, that is the Point Wild. The idea is to make a disembarkation to land in Elephant Island. This is something very important because none of the regular Antarctic vessel expedition cruises land here in Elephant Island. So it's like a kind of iconic place that is unique only for us. This is not a regular expedition. This is a private expedition designed and focused on the eclipse and to visit Antarctica. Our vessel have a maximum capacity of 360 passengers, and we are going to depart only with 200. This is very important, not due to the COVID. This is due to the place that I want to provide to all my clients. So all the outside decks, that it's plenty of space, I want to provide them more space, because people that travel for an eclipse, they bring with them telescopes, cameras, and they need space to set up all this equipment. So we want to provide them more than enough, so they will be able to have space everywhere. Then I'm going to go direct to, well, this is amazing, all the fauna that we are going to see in Antarctica.
Fede, can you remind us the nationality of the boat, of the vessel?
The vessel is a German vessel, belongs to Quark Expedition. We chartered this ship for 5 years, starting in 2020. So we have this ship for 4 years more. This also makes sense to our flexibility, that in case we have a lockdown again, or a problem at any passenger that it's on our expedition is not able to travel from their country, or in case Argentina is locked down, we are going to provide everyone 1 year the expedition alive. No, so in case they are not able to travel, they will have a voucher that will let them be able to travel for 1 more year, the same expedition. Of course, the eclipse, we can keep it.
No.
But it's very important to let you know about this flexibility. No?
While you show some pictures, another thing that I want to add, sorry to interrupt, is that this expedition, the experience is gonna be alive. It doesn't matter how many passengers do they have, because actually, by the way, they already booked 30%, I don't know, 35%. It's already booked. So it's going to
35.
happen. It's not a charter expedition. It's like a private operative expedition. So unless there's a force majeure lockdown, this is going to happen. So that is very important for you in case you have one person, two person under interest on buying this expedition. No?
Yeah. Of course, and if you have as Marian said, if you have only one passenger or 20, for us is the same. What we suggest is to bring a tour leader to the ship in case you have a special language. So on board, we are going to have the 90% of the staff speak English. We are going to have some Spanish speaking guides. And of course, if you need something special, we could work on that specific language. No, when talking about the Ocean Endeavour, we have 10 different cabins category. It's full of common areas. We have gym, sauna, different restaurants. It's really it's not a luxury cruise. It's an expedition cruise, but it's really it's really interesting to travel in this kind of ship, and what we offer, it's all the activities that are out from the ship, no? Apart from all the activities that I am going to talk about on board, the specific, the main character of our expedition is all the activities that we are going to do out from the ship, no? We have a large fleet of Zodiacs. We disembark every day, twice or once with our Zodiacs. We have 22 Zodiacs, 20 for all the passengers and staff, and 2 specific for the polar photography course. Then I'm going to talk about that. Then all the cabins have private room, and we don't charge single supplement. This is very, very important because we try to think on the eclipse chasers, on people that travel alone. This is not going to be an extra charge. We are not going to charge single supplement to just to provide them the possibility of traveling. We have 4 disembarkation points. This is very important. Why? Because we could disembark very quickly. In 20 minutes, we could be out from the ship. The climate here is very important due to the activities that we are going to be doing. So if we have a window of good climate, we could disembark very, very quickly and go ahead with the activities.
I want to emphasize something, Fede, that for sure you're gonna mention later, but I'm very anxious. Maybe the ones that they are hearing, they're wondering, maybe this is too, let's say, too focused on scientists. It's not like that. It's very important for them to clearly know that all your expedition has been designed in order to offer the chance to people that is not connected with scientism. They're gonna have fun, not only informed, also have an experience by itself, and they don't need to be specifically technique talking, no? It's open to everyone.
Yeah, totally agree. It's not a scientific cruise. We are going to be surrounded by scientists all the time because due to the tourism, we need to provide and help the science that are traveling there. If we are going to be contaminating with our vessel going to Antarctica, we need to keep a balance and use these expeditions with some science that are going to be on board with us. We are going to share with them all the activities that they are doing there. This is very, very interesting because you could see how a marine biology could be putting a tag on a whale. Well, it's very, very interesting. These are some pictures from the whole ship. Well, what I
and
was
another, Fede, you can tell them, because as a travel agent, they need to know what is included, how you planned the entire selling process of experience, what is, explain a little bit while you show the pictures about the sailing process of experience. The special glasses, if, the jacket, everything that you already mentioned us. No?
Yeah, that it's joined with the activities. The activities, as I mentioned, are the disembarks on the zodiacs to make a navigation or to make a disembark and go to the peninsula to make a trekking or a hiking, yoga, and of course, for the adventurers that want to swim on the polar waters will be able. That are the activities that are included. And then we have activities with an additional cost that are the kayaking, snowshoeing, camping on a bivouac, and the polar photography course. We are going to provide the jacket, the boots, and the solar eclipse glasses. These are included on our expedition. These are fauna that we are going to see.
I love it.
During this is the main character is a leopard seal. It's like a dragon, no? It's if you are rowing, they will try to bite your row. They eat a lot of penguins every day. We are going to see whales, a lot of whales, orcas, and penguins. We are going in at the end of November, so we are going to see a lot of pigeons growing up. It's a fantastic moment to go to Antarctica.
Mm-hmm. And what about the ages? If let's say
it's a total family trip. If you have kids from 8 or 10, we suggest 10 years in advance, but 8 years are allowed to travel with us. So, and we have cabins that are able in quadruple, in triple, so we could organize for them to be on board. As Marian mentioned before, it's not a specific expedition only for science. It's for everyone that wants to discover this amazing place that is Antarctica. It's a total different journey. You are going to be sharing with the staff, with the tripulation that is on board, with the captain. The captain always is like kind of president on board. He's a friend. We are going to be able to go on the captain's bridge and navigate on the peninsula with the captain, joining a coffee with the captain. No, it's something.
Just a coffee, or he can drink some whiskey.
No. Just for dinner. We didn't
not
allow
a
him
caipirinha. A caipirinha. Is that allowed?
Yeah. At the last in the last dinner, we make the captain's dinner, and of course it's like a kind of party before we disembark. No, but something that I wanted to,
you need to tell them about the food and beverage.
Yeah.
How it works.
Food for us, food is very important. It's not just an all-inclusive in the Caribbean or in the Mediterranean. We are very focused on food. We are very foodie. So, and also the wines, beer, and desserts, and all the main dishes are very special for us, and it's part of our experience. No, it's not just to go to Antarctica or the seventh continent. It's a whole experience to be sharing with the.
But do they need to pay for extras, or if they don't have more budget, food and beverage is going to be included?
No, everything is included. Of course, the alcoholic drinks are not included. They are not expensive. They don't need to bring wine or whiskey on board. It's cheap to buy it on board, and it's a very special moment when we return back from the activities, when we have the happy hour time, and some of these staff or science make a lecture of what we are going to see the day after, and what we are going to be doing during the next days. it's a very, very special moment where you combine and talk about your activities and join the staffs, no, on board. Then,
Can I ask a question?
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
About special diets, you cater for special diets too. And what are the night activities, if there are any?
No, night activities we don't have. It's after dinner. We have 6 p.m. We have the happy hour time that takes 1 hour and something before we have dinner. And then the bar is open and you could stay there as much as you want. Then all the activities start very early. So it depends on you if you could want to. Sometimes we have a piano on the living and near the bar, and it's very interesting. And sometimes you go to bed a little bit late, but makes sense because it's a very great atmosphere there. Then about the diet that you mentioned, if you have a passenger that needs some special care, we are going to be happy to help and provide what he or she needs. So it's not going to, of course, we need all this information in advance,
Of course, yeah.
and we are going to be sending you all the forms that he
Specific
needs to
diet.
complete. Yeah.
Fede,
What about Wi-Fi and that kind of thing? Connection to the rest of the world and television, just those things that people normally ask about.
Yeah, we
I
don't
hope
have
there's no TV, but anyway, they might ask about it.
Yeah, they don't have TV. What we have Wi-Fi that sometimes of course, you have to pay for a card. It's not expensive. I think it's like $15 or something like that, or 20, that will last approximately for the whole trip. For WhatsApp, if you need to see a movie on Netflix, I don't know if this will be going to
work.
to work, yeah. But for WhatsApp or for a call, that will be able to do it, or an email. If this person have to be connected, it's enough, no? Then what else?
No, I always like to tell the audience, or it's something that I was wondering. It's about the nationalities that you gather. Normally, during the last 3 years, which nationalities did you handle in the vessel, your expeditions to Antarctica?
We have passengers from UK, from Barcelona, from Italy, Canada, Australia. It's a mix, no, between Europe and America. Yeah.
No, it's good for them to figure out how the atmosphere is gonna be, no?
Yeah, we have many questions of South Americans. We don't have confirmed now, but maybe Brazilians could be able to join us, no?
Like Renata.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
We can share my birthday there because it's on the 5th of December.
That would be fun on that.
Something important.
Go ahead, Fede.
Something important that I wanted to mention is that, as Marian said, we have the previous night. It's included on our expedition in order to have everybody.
Nice.
In Ushuaia, ready to go.
the night before, because although we are going to be, this is the night of the 29th of November, we are going to be leaving on the 30th at 6 p.m., but we are going to be embarking at 2 p.m., since 2 p.m. in advance. It depends on the cabins category, but the idea is to be embarking since 2 p.m.
On the 30 of November.
30 of November, yeah.
So the night before, on the 29th of November, the night is included.
Yeah.
Also the transfers.
Exactly. The transfer from the airport to the hotel, and from the hotel to the ship, and also to from the disembark on the 12th of December. The disembark is included also to the airport or to the hotel. Then also the pier taxis from Ushuaia are included. Well, and the boots that I mentioned before, the jacket and the sunglasses, all the foods, meals, everything except the alcoholic drinks. And I think that's.
And what activities
Yeah.
are included on board apart from disembark? What are the extras that they get? Spa, yoga, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, they have, well, the disembarks that I mentioned and the trekkings and hikings, all the zodiacs navigations, yoga, and of course they have the gym, the sauna, the swimming pool. Then what else? And then the activities with an extra cost are the kayaking that will last during the whole journey. We have only 18 kayaks. So if you have passengers that love to row, or they could be interested on rowing, that they don't need any experience, they just have to be fit to row. They don't need to make the roll or something special, just to have fun and be fit to row in Antarctica. Also, the photography polar course, it's super interesting. We have only 22 places because we have two zodiacs, special zodiacs for them, with two motors and different seats, and they will have these super expert photographers that they have been working for more than 15 years in the Arctic and in Antarctica to show them all the different glaciers, fauna. They will have
Wildlife.
Wildlife, yeah.
And Fede, do you get easily dizzy? That's a question that I never did that before to you, because I get dizzy easily when I take a boat.
Yeah.
So I know maybe it's a silly question, but I just want to know.
Yeah, it's a very good question. You could put a patch with a Dramamine patch, and you will be fine. Of course, going to Antarctica, it's a part of the adventure is to sail and navigate through the Drake Passage. That is the union where the union of the biggest oceans, no, the Pacific and the Atlantic. So of course, I have sometimes a flat Drake Passage, and sometimes we have a wavy Drake Passage, but it's part of the adventure.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And the price to go there, no?
Yeah, of course.
But of course, it's makes sense to sail across the Drake Passage and have a mark that you have crossed it. The wildlife that you see on the sea days, it's really, really amazing. I
can imagine.
I never imagined that I could see albatross, for example. I used to climb for 18 years, and I saw many, many condors very close to me, very, very close, and they are huge. But you can imagine a giant albatross like flying. It's like a person with a parachute. It's huge, and they live their whole life on the sea. It's well, orcas, killer whales. We saw bunches of orcas and killer whales, and of course the expedition, the captain is always expecting. It's not a, although we have a round trip and we have to make an itinerary. If we saw killer whales, we are going to stop and enjoy them. If we saw penguins or an island or whatever, we are going to stop and enjoy that moment. No.
Yeah. So they end up being like a great family.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea. So all the things that you were mentioned, for the audience to know, all the content, videos and photos that has been taken through the last years by Fede staff are in our hub content for you, free access. That material, including the itinerary and detailed program, plus video and of course rates, they're gonna be sent to you once we finish the webinar by email. So with a click, you can download everything I mentioned. So I don't know if there's any question, because I think we are ready to finish. Can you stop sharing so I can?
More, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Renata.
No, just
That's the idea.
Just in case of a medical emergency, how quick there can be a rescue or a medic. Is there a medic on the ship anyway? And if needs getting out of the ship and leaving the expedition, how quickly that can be done? Is it done by helicopter? Is there an insurance included in the package, or they need to have an insurance on the side?
They need to have an insurance. We have a medic on board. We can't depart on an expedition without a medic on board. That's very, very important. And then we have different piers where we could disembark on an emergency, no? Of course. Also in Antarctica. Part of their insurance allow us to bring a helicopter to evacuate a person, and yeah, that's.
Fede, other questions that I think are very important nowadays, considering the COVID situation all around the planet. Can you tell them how it's going to work, how you're asking for down payment to be booked? And because I know you're much more flexible than time before. So I think it's very important to let them know how you are working right now.
Yeah, what we are doing is we ask for a payment of $2,000 per person in order to confirm and be on board, and then 90 days in advance our depart, we need full payment. And as I mentioned before, they will have the opportunity, in case they are not able to travel due to COVID, they will have a voucher for 1 year. And also we are going to be more flexible. This is something that I'm not allowed to say it, but in case one passenger is not able to travel, we could change it through another person. It's not just strict like a flight ticket. I don't know if I'm clear when, but this is the idea, is to be as much flexible as possible. No?
Good, fantastic.
For us, it's very, very hard to keep an expedition due to all these conditions, but we are very happy that during March and April, we get the 35 and going quickly to the 40% of the capacity of our sail. So we are very happy to have our expedition alive, no?
Okay, so if there are any more questions, we want to move forward just to give an end. Remember, I'm going to only take 1 minute. It's very important for you to know again that Ushuaia is very well connected, mainly in summer times, with a daily flight from Ushuaia to El Calafate or vice versa. That takes only 45 minutes, and you reach, remember, this amazing, unique spot around the world, which is the second biggest ice piece of the world, even bigger than Buenos Aires. So deserves a visit, and they are so nearby that they can also do a estancia day there. It's not only about the cruise expedition, no? You have extra bonus track to offer with your entire sailing process, okay? They can also do kayaking in Glaciar Perito Moreno. They can, if they are very trekking persons, they can visit El Chaltén. Fede, you can help me with El Chaltén. He's an expertise in El Chaltén, but deserves also a visit. And it's known as the national capital of trekking of Argentina, of course, and very well known all around the planet. So for you to figure out quickly, that could be a very interesting selling point for you, not only to visit, of course, Buenos Aires. I'm not gonna stop in Buenos Aires because you already know, but it's not, it doesn't end in the expedition. We always say with Fede that start there, okay? So I just wanna go with that, and that's it. I don't wanna stop.
Something very short that I want to mention due to your comments. We always suggest to, well, of course, fly from abroad to Buenos Aires, then to Ushuaia, and then embark and make the cruise. People always that is traveling and embarking on a cruise is very anxious and want to do that, and they will really enjoy the rest of the journey if they make the cruise before, no? So that's something that I wanted to mention. So when they finish the cruise and disembark, they could stay a couple of days in Ushuaia and then continue, as Marian said, visiting the rest of Patagonia. That will perfectly match. Of course, sometimes they say, but makes sense to go to Calafate to see the glaciers if we are returning from Antarctica. Yeah, this is totally different because they are going to see different ice, different glaciers. It's something totally different. So they are not going to be looking at the same things, no, or landscapes. They are totally different.
Exactly.
So
thank you. I don't want to take you extra time. With all our staff, we want to thank you, wishing always the best. And now Aileen is going to say goodbye to all of you. I don't know if there's any other question. If you still have doubts or questions, feel free to contact me anytime via whatever, or follow us in our social media. And Aileen is gonna project a video. Of course, it never works with Zoom, but we wanna give a try. And that, remember all this content, the itinerary, the prices, the conditions, the content hub, everything is gonna be shared to you by email. And well, with the hub, you have direct access. So that will be in the feedback email you will get when we finish, okay? And thank you very much for joining us today. And we hope to see you in the next webinar.
Thank you.
Gracias, Fede. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hope you enjoyed.
Pleasure.
Send me to a new place with something to show. Let it tickle my brain with all the unknown. I need a long time there before I go to another new place that I'm yet to know. I won't miss a second, I won't even blink. Moment more than you think. Lots of things you can only do when you're young. Let me taste the new flavors, dance on my tongue. Send me to a new place with something to show. Take me to a new place, I am dying to go.